Get your camera rigged. Camera's all good to go. Throttle controlled auto. Roger, let's go now. Sounds good. Ready? Getting close. Good. Sure feel like we're going the wrong way.
Hey everybody, Space Pod here. So I finally got my new bodywork from China. Why did I get it? Got some crash damage here. The left side, courtesy of moi. Yes, I did that. You're welcome. Thank you so much. So yeah, that was my gravel low side. So this is stock bodywork basically from 2009 with some damage courtesy of me. The original owner did this damage right here, and right here. So what we're doing is we're replacing the bodywork. Alright, here's the garage. You can see what a mess. Organized mess. So old parts, new parts. Look how white that is, very white. This is more of an off-white, which I never really liked the off-white. New parts laid out just so. This is the underside. There's overspray, it doesn't matter. The other side's black. New parts, old parts. And this is crazy, man, because, you know, there's all these like interactions between the signals in this body part, and you got the key which controls this solenoid to open up the, you know, the little hatch here, which is actually the solo seat cowl. You have, there's the brake light, that's integrated into the body, and there's all these like Velcro tabs and weird things. So hopefully the Chinese stuff has everything I need to, you know, all the screw points. It actually looks pretty good so far. So tomorrow I'm actually going to assemble all this. And this is like the hardest part. Everything else is pretty easy. This will be easy. I've taken these off a zillion times. I've never taken this off, but that should be easy enough. And the front fender requires dropping the wheel. And I've never taken a wheel off a motorcycle, so that's going to be tricky, but I know how to do it. I have researched it. This tank is going to end up being a different white, more of an off-white or whatever this color is compared to that brilliant white that you see here. So what I'm probably going to do with this is I'm probably going to Plasti Dip it so I can get some contrast between the areas that meet up. Mainly these planes right here. I'll probably do black here and leave that white. I might even do Plasti Dip white on the whole thing to try to get a color match, or I might do an all black design. Most likely black here. I'll mask it off. This way the border areas are not showing this lack of color matching. So there you have it. I had to like cut my fender eliminator wiring and all that crazy stuff. So, good thing I got extra wire here. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Battery something. I don't know. Electrical. I'll have more tomorrow for you guys to see. Alright, over and out. Okay, progress on the jigs. Look at my hands. Look at my hands. Progress on the jigs. Got the back on. Took me forever because I've never done that before. You know, I had to like get all these grommets on here, underneath there. This whole thing was tricky. You can see the color difference between the white and this sort of off-white. It's not natural lighting, but you can still see. So far, the kit's going on really well. I've been really impressed by the pre-drilled areas, the areas which need threading, which are threaded, namely in that back section. And all the holes line up perfectly. So far it's awesome. 500 bucks, you get a crap load of stuff. They even gave me a fairing. See that fairing over there? I didn't even know this came with it, but they gave me a completely smoke black fairing with a couple Mars on it, but I think that might buff out. And it looks like a double bubble. They didn't have to throw that in, but they did. So that's very cool. Rear end is done, except for that gap in the cowl. Side is done, except I still have to do this and the front fender on the other side. Problem is removing the screws on this is really tricky because it's all buried in there, so we'll see. That was painful, getting that off there. Most everything's done here. Just plasti dipping the tank in black because I don't have any white, but I'll probably do the white later once everything's done. I just want to practice. So I might actually like the look, but I'll probably do white later. So the front's done. This was a pain in the butt to take off. Pretty easy to put on. Everything's hard when you don't know what you're doing. That's going to be a pain because I never dropped the front wheel, but we'll try that later. And here's the rear end. So this is the second coat. I'm going to do 4 or 5 more coats. And a little bit of masking. I'm doing it on the bike because I didn't want to take the tank off. Almost done. Okay, I got the side panels on there. And tank has been Plasti dipped. Plasti dip right here. Basically you mask off, you spray it on, it'll peel off areas where you don't want it on. It's pretty awesome. So overspray is not a big deal. So I'm letting that dry for 8 hours before I start peeling it off the tank and stuff, the tank filler cap. And you never want to spill gas in that because it'll dissolve it. Got the Yoshimura frame sliders, and I have to do the front wheel right now. It'll be my first time, but it should be pretty easy. Now you can see the whites all coming together. It looks pretty good. No more scratches. The only defect I have right here is there's a gap. This gap shouldn't be there. Problem is there's some hidden screws I didn't really want to reinstall because they were impossible to get out. So I'm probably going to get some double stick tape, or I might just leave it like that. That's a lot of pressure needed though to bring it up. So not too worried about it because this gap isn't perfect either. So got my old windscreen on there, which is the Puig light smoke, and in front of this will be this. So that should look pretty decent. And I had to glue all these things on from the old tank, so that took a little bit to dry because super glue was like a craft project. Had to put this on there. Fun stuff. Okay, I got the front fender on. Had to take the wheel off. First time doing it. Wasn't that hard because I had the service manual on iPad. So I took it really slow. I got the special tool from Suzuki. So this allows you to use, 19mm, 24, 22, 17. Basically, it'll let you work in many different bikes in order to hold the axle while you tighten it. It's basically for installing that axle rod. So, and that was $24. So there's the tank. I had to plasti dip it in white. I did have it in black, as you saw, but didn't really want to do it in black. It's just that that's all they had when I first bought it. So I got white, redid it. It's not exactly the same color white, but I think it'll be okay. It's better than the off-white that was on the bike before. So we'll see how it goes. This is overspray right here, but as you can see, it comes off pretty easily. And this is without any real fluid or anything. This is just, friction. You can just basically rub it off. It's because it's not that thick, so it doesn't just peel off. This will peel off if I wanted it to. And this is old sticker material from the side plates that go here. And then there'll be the seat and all that good stuff. So I'm going to let that cure for a bit. Got the front of the gas tank on. The seat is easy. And I have to do the side, this part here, but I need some double-sided tape, which I don't have yet. That looks pretty good.